I had Grandma Hoff. All you cousins remember when we passed her around, and she came out to California, and we passed her around from cousin to cousin for quite a while there. And I got her talking one night, and I asked her how she met Grandpa Hoff, and she told me that our grandfather was as most of you know, was a traveling salesman, and he came to their farm, and she had met him before, but he came back, and her aunt had come to the farm and came with a Model T Ford, and so this Model T Ford was parked there, and Grandpa pulled in with his horse-drawn wagon, and he said, "Oh, gee, Ida, how about that car there? That Model T." He says, "She says, yeah, that's my aunt's car." And he said, do you know how to drive it?" And she said, "Well, yeah, of course I do." And he says, "Well, how about taking me for a ride?" And she said, "Okay, come on, get in." So he got in the car with her, and she started driving down the road. And of course, she had no idea what she was doing. And she's driving this Model T Ford, and she's driving down this country road, and she couldn't find the brake, or she found the accelerator, but she couldn't find the brake, and she didn't know how to stop it. And the next thing you know, they were flying down this road, and she said they both flew they landed on the floorboard, and they were laying on the floorboard, and the car was just flying down the road, and they flew off onto the side of the road out into the field. And that was the first time that she really became intimate with our grandfather. I thought that was a great story.
That's a great story.
Next time you're riding around in that Model T, girls, let me tell you, watch out for those TEDs. Okay, Darlene, where are you? Darlene, come on. Come on. We'll prod it out of you. Come on. Don't be shy. Are you not ready? Who's ready? Lillian, you ready? Okay. Dolores is ready. Okay, there we go.
What?
I'll speak right into the mic.
Cool. Yeah.
So close. Yes. Okay, do you hear me? Yes. One thing I do remember in my childhood is that one of the highlights of the whole week was our Sunday feast after church, of course. And it was usually chicken, until we were sick and tired of having the same thing. And then I think they changed to shrimp or something like that. But I also remember the birthdays, especially Darlene and Shirley, because they were quite a bit younger than me. And having all their friends in, and the birthdays were the highlight of the year. There's no question about it. Another thing Dad used to like to do was invite the Hubers to travel to Minot on a Sunday. And we would have a picnic lunch, and probably, it seemed to me there was also a lake nearby, so we were out there getting a good sunburn. And I remember Lil getting especially good sunburn one Sunday. But I won't go into that part. But she survived. I guess the highlight of my life was marrying my husband, who is my best friend, and the better side of my son, the better side of me. Oh. And of course, my 4 children were an offspring from having my husband. That set it off. They all amounted to something, so that's the way I wanted it. And so I'm happy with my outcome. And I'm sorry my parents aren't here, but if they only lived to 100, maybe they'd be here. But I know they lived to a ripe old age, and one thing they loved is their family. We were always the highlight of their life. And everything we did was of prominence to them. They always were happy with the outcome of everything we did. So I don't know. I think somebody else might want to add to it. Like Lil over there, sitting there with a grin on her face. And she was my bridesmaid at our wedding, in fact. And we had a small wedding, but at least it lasted. And there's my daughter over there, Dr. Dale. Just, well, I won't go into it. That's enough.
Don't embarrass
I'll be here
us,
all
please.
night, that's enough.
No. You stay as long as you want.
No!
Okay.
No, enough is enough.
Okay, Gail, you're next.
No. Lillian, this is the children.
No, we got to get to Here comes Lillian. Let's get Lillian.